When I first arrived here, the student council was 2 students. They were always the ones that were chosen to represent, so there wasn't actually a school council or student voice at all. Then I got the role of head of citizenship. In that role, I wanted to start to build a really meaningful school council. Often you're a self-promoting group, you do lots in the school.
In my old school, we had a student council, but they didn't really do much. So I wanted to come and do something where I could make a difference.
It's a different relationship that you have with students that are on the school council than you do with the ones that you're teaching. There's an equality of conversation that you have with students on the school council because you're all working towards the same thing. And I think that's an extremely rewarding thing to have.
So yeah, attendance, how can we make it better? And also, can we come up with some sort of clearly defined rules around attendance?
I've run it in this way with proper elections at different levels for about 5 or 6 years. And for some years, I would take them to local democratic organisations like City Hall to learn about democracy and to try think about their role in the democracy of the school, which was good, but it didn't really help them plan anything for how their role was going to be, which is why we invited Rowan in and Phoenix Trust to actually really get a democratic voice within the school and empower the young people who are on the school council to be those representatives. So as I have been saying to you, we're having a retraining session with Rowan from Phoenix Education.
The Phoenix Education Trust is a group of people who are absolutely passionate about student voice and passionate about this idea that young people and adults are equal.
Yeah, I think it was 2 structures.
I think one of the biggest problems with going to a school council meeting is you have no idea how to get involved whilst you're in it and how to sort of control the situation. But Phoenix has helped us learn how to run it and how to run it efficiently so we can focus on tasks and get them done. We designed this, well, each committee will have your own for your campaign, and it has columns. It has to do, doing and done, and it's just so that you can physically see what you've accomplished and what needs to still be accomplished. Once you've started doing it, you bring it over to the doing column, and then once it's completed, you put it in the done.
So what have we done?
So we've spoken to Luke about the vegan and vegetarian area in the canteen. We thought perhaps it would be a good idea to turn that into a vegetarian, vegan, meat-free and dairy-free area. And he said that they are working on that.
Yeah, there is the potential to turn that into like a little vegetarian vegan area.
Our work is based on trying to create spaces where young people and adults can have conversations on an equal playing field.
I propose that we put the talking to the canteen staff in the done box because we can't do much about like the finances and all that, so it's up to them. But we've raised the issue, so we have done our part.
I agree.
The school council is split up into 4 committees. So we have policy and curriculum, events, welfare and environment.
I'm in the environment committee. We're in the eating areas, and I brought you here because there's like litter everywhere.
We're working on going against litter and figuring out ways we can eradicate plastic from the canteen.
Is it possible to reduce the amount of plastic that you use in the canteen?
So in terms of the plastic at the moment, it's all biodegradable. My plan is to use a lot of it for compost and things.
I'm on policy and curriculum. The main campaign I'm involved in is the bullying campaign. We are at the student welfare office where they handle all types of bullying or problems in school.
So we could have, do you think that bullying is a problem in school?
Well, obviously it is.
I know, but not everyone thinks that.
I think what we should be asking is, do they think that these solutions will be helpful?
Yeah.
Next Monday we're going to come up with a final solution. And the Monday after that we're going to create our presentations.
In this session, we needed to understand how to run a meeting within a committee of 4 or 5 people. So that included setting an agenda, assigning roles, using a planning sheet to plan campaigns.
How many did we print on?
I had 10. I stuck 10 on.
The main goal of the program is to support young people in talking to each other. So one of the things we focus on is on games and activities that get young people to build trust with each other and to share personal stories and stories of their experiences of being in school.
We have this game, and it's a metaphorical game. So it's about a ball. So you throw it to someone and they throw it back. And the balls are meant to be messages. So it's about realizing that it's you that helps get a message across.
We also needed to talk about how, as a student council, we can consult better with the rest of the school.
What I want to get from this is just get an idea of what you guys actually want to see on the menu.
We did a whole school survey at break time to ask 200 students what savoury items they would like to see in the canteen. And doing that allowed them to practice going out and speaking to the student body and consider alternative ways of gaining feedback from the student body directly.
I think that's kind of the point of school council, is to hear what the students think is a problem and then do something about it.
I think that the student voice is really important because it is their school and I want them to influence how they would like us to be. And I think that if they feel that they have some real input into that and some real value, then they will be more invested in the school and they will be happier here and enjoy their time.
Student voice is important because without knowing what the students want, the school could become a very boring place, and school is really about students, so we need to know what the students want to make sure the school is better for them.
Most students are a bit afraid to release their voice to the public, so school council helps the students get their voice heard.
It gets you ready for the real world, I think, when you step out and you learn to speak up for yourself and what you believe in.
Schools aren't necessarily democratic, so education isn't democratic, but if you have that democratic side of things, the more free students will be in a sort of a more relaxed environment they'll be in.
It's paramount that students are able to exercise their voice in schools in order to learn how to become citizens in a country that is a democracy.